Happy Halloween, everybody. It's Chris the Batman statue collector, and let's get started. Here we go. Like I said, welcome back, everybody. It's Chris the Batman statue collector, and welcome to Rogues Gallery Live 188. And you might be thinking, Chris, wasn't it just like 2 days ago that all hell broke loose and we had a complete meltdown on the show? Yes, we did. But I thought, why not end the week with our traditional, a little bit more traditional Halloween show, which we didn't get to do the other night, and also just to lighten the mood and kind of go from there. So anyway, I'm Chris. We got Brian D. I realized I got everybody's mics muted, so hold on just a second. Okay, now introduce yourself, Brian. Do I still have you muted? There we go. Now I don't.
There we go. Hey, everybody. I'm Brian. Yeah, nice to meet you. Nice to meet everybody who I haven't met, and good to be here, and happy Halloween. Happy to be here.
Glad to have you here. And again, Brian's been a member of the group for a really, really long time, and we're really glad to have him on the show. And so definitely looking forward to talking to you tonight. We also have this guy right here, Darth Rashid in the house. How's it going, sir?
Peace. What's going on? Infamous Darth Rashid in the house. What's up?
Happy Halloween. We're glad to have you here as well. How have you been?
I'm good. Hanging out.
Good. I like to hear that. And then last but not least, we got Billy Rios in the house. How's it going? The bulldog from the other night.
Definitely looking to mellow it out today. So happy Halloween to everybody. And looks like let's try to make this one a lot more fun than the
That's right. We're gonna make it fun tonight. We got some fun topics to talk about that are kind of Halloween related. I do want to say hi to people in the chat. Where's Eric, by the way? Wasn't he supposed to show up tonight?
Yeah, he's probably running late. All
right. Well, he'll pop on if we can. So anyway, I just want to give a shout out to some people really quick before we get talking. Hello to you. We got Lalo said pre-order J&D Batman Live. I'm not going to do that because I already did. I already ordered the J&D Studios Batman. That's the Ben Affleck Batman. I kind of tossed and turned on it a little bit, but it looks great. Do you guys think it looks great?
Did you do both, or you just did the one?
Oh, there's there's somebody ringing the doorbell. Sorry, say that again.
Did you get both, or you just did one?
I just did the one. I like the unmasked, but I'm just not into those as much. I want the suit. So I went with that. I ordered that, and I also ordered the Hush Catwoman as well. So Vincent's here. Hello to you. We got Ledge Limited Collectibles. Happy Halloween. Faith and Misery. Pedro Lopez. We got Jargon 2 in the house. Statue Doctor, happy Halloween. Where's the newsletter? It's out, guys. The newsletter is out. There was a little bit of information in it, and we'll talk about that just briefly. I saw that the newsletter email did go out from Tweeterhead. I worry this might be their doomsday starting tonight. I hope not. Mr. Kennedy. Happy Halloween to all. Good to see you. We got Raymond. Happy Halloween. Led says, nice mask, Brian. I thought so too. FBJ, what's up, everyone?
What's up, Freddie?
$2 super chat. Thank you very much. Hope you're getting your sideshow points there, Brian. I got to give a shout out to this guy. So this guy has hit us all up, and I swear I don't know what you do for a living, but you must be glued to the sideshow reward points because he has hit us up. And of course, if you guys know, is Lane Kramer, absolutely phenomenal. I just have to give him a shout out. I don't know how much money I made off of this guy just in reward points, but how have you guys done?
I've been getting them. Yeah. Thank you, Lane. I have a lot.
Yeah. I just missed 4, but everything else I got, ready to order Moon Knight probably with the ones I got. So.
Yeah. You're doing way better than me. That's fantastic.
Yeah. I'm at hoodie status.
There you go.
I can order the hoodie.
I think I have like $100 in rewards right now. I think
off of the coat.
No.
Oh,
just in total. I'm like, that's a pretty good chunk of change. I could order something.
Yeah. I mean,
I need more after the Spooktacular, man. All the Universal Monster stuff that's coming out. Yeah, my wallet is going to be hurting.
Yeah,
does it end today? The Code Fest?
Yeah.
Does that end today?
I think so. I mean, it's usually just through tonight, and they also, just so everybody knows, it expires a month from now. So those points, you got to use them. Yeah, you got to use them. Hey, we got Cash to Gemini. What's up, chat and panel? Listening while I trick or treat. Hands can barely type. Hey, well, thank you for multitasking with us tonight. That's fantastic. Joey Rios in the house. Is this any relation to Billy the Bulldog Rios?
Billy the Bulldog.
Oh no, I have a lot of relatives out there. Could be.
Hey Ryan, congratulations on ordering the J&D Batfleck. That's fantastic. Yes, Jojo. They did put out a newsletter. We'll talk about that here in just a second. Happy Halloween again to you, Joey. This old geek saying hello to everybody. Hello to you. Got Jeff. Your vision. With J&D, you get hit with tariff spec. You won't. I didn't get hit with any for a Catwoman, so I'm not sure if that's 100% correct. We got living legend Alan Kiefer in the house. How's it going, Alan?
Alan.
One of the most impressive collections. I got to see this collection someday.
I've seen it in person a couple times.
How impressive is it?
You can't even imagine.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Just what you see behind him is only the tip of the iceberg.
That's what I've been told. And I gotta see this guy's collection sometime, because this guy.
Oh, I don't know why you guys didn't come. You guys could have came over out here.
Where are you at?
I'm in Long Island. Billy been to my house twice.
So how long would that have been a trip from where we were, Billy? Would that have been a haul or?
Oh yeah, it's a haul. I mean, from my house to his house, it's probably like, without traffic, 2.5 hours. But there's always traffic. I mean, I went to his house, like, one was at night, but I was already like in Manhattan, so it wasn't that bad. But if not, the other time I went, it was like, what, 6 o'clock in the morning, where I beat the traffic.
Yeah, because I was on my way to work and you dropped my statue off. Yeah. So
I mean, that where he lives, there's just no fast way to get there. It's either the LIE or you're taking like the, I guess the Sunrise Highway, and they both suck.
Should have gone after dinner.
But there's plenty of things to do out here too. Really,
yeah, a lot of stuff to do.
Well, next time, right? Same with the DCX guys. I know Thor was near Baltimore or in Baltimore somewhere. He hit me up after the fact, like, why didn't you guys stop by? Like, we didn't even know. Like, so maybe we need to like be more organized next time with trying to meet up with.
We could just like probably put it out there for everybody and be like, yo, who's close?
Yeah, because I didn't realize like how many collectors are all bunched up kind of in that same area. There's a lot.
Yeah, a lot of guys in Maryland. Yeah,
that's really cool. Anyway, a lot of people are still talking about the Tweeterhead stuff. It's my goal tonight to not talk about Tweeterhead because it's been beaten to death at this point. But I will say I am proud of them for putting out a newsletter, and it's not going to appease everybody, but they did. I think they give us one actual date, right? If I remember right, and then a couple of sometime in December maybe.
And then an estimate of when the next update would be, for certain stuff. Yeah. So
they put a refund policy out there too. Anybody who wanted to do it.
That's good.
So, I mean, I know that a number of people have emailed. They did also change their email address. I think it's tweeterhead@tweeterhead.com. I think is what it was. Let me double check that because I want to make sure I give you guys the right information. But anyway, let me double check. Yeah, tweeterhead@tweeterhead.com. So any old emails they say in this that basically those are all null and void at this point. So if you need customer service, refunds, things like that, tweeterhead@tweeterhead.com. And this says, please note the response times may take 1 to 2 business days, but no longer than that.
It's not bad.
So if they can actually stick to the guns, and it sounded like Chad was going to do it on his own, hopefully he's had a couple of days to maybe make some other arrangements. But anyway, so I thought that was at least something. I was like, everybody was like going to get out their pitchforks And that was a late newsletter. I mean, it was in the evening, so everybody waited around all day thinking, nope, they're not gonna say anything. But hopefully, it's at least a start, and I guess time will tell. But anything else you guys want to say on that topic, or we move on?
Move on.
Move on.
Okay. I don't want to talk about Tweeterhead. Proceeds to talk about Tweeterhead. Well, Retro Corey, what I wanted to do is I wanted to at least say something about it because I know a lot of people wanted to talk about it tonight, but we talked about it enough the other night. So anyway, whatever you guys want to talk about in the chat, we can talk about. We also thought we would kind of start things off a little bit with some Halloween related fun. Now, see, so Brian, introduce yourself to our crowd here. I know people might have seen you on Godlike and some other places, but introduce yourself, and you know what do you collect? What are you into? I know you had a chance to hang out with Billy and Eric and some other collectors too at New York, and it sounds like you guys had a blast. So introduce yourself.
Okay. Well, that's a lot. Yeah, thank you, and thanks again for having me. So as you said, I'm Brian. I'm over on the Godlike guys. I'm kind of the resident horror person, so I collect a lot of horror stuff. It's just kind of always been the thing. I kind of started in the whole Todd McFarlane Monster Maniacs days. You know, they started the little, you know, the 6-inch figures, the 7-inch figures, and then they went to the 18-inch quarter scale type deals. So then I got into Sideshow. Yeah, man, you know, I don't really have much of a focus, which is unfortunate, which is also why I just don't have space for stuff. So I have a lot of Batman. I have a little bit of Berserk, a lot of horror, Star Wars, things of that nature. And but I've kind of started really shifting my focus though to really just go down that horror rabbit hole. I just want to make sure that that's what I'm going for. I'm trying to unload some old stuff. So yeah, that's kind of it. But yeah, you know, I hung out with Billy and Eric, like you said. I hung out with Rashid. You know, we all had a dinner out there. I've been on Constructive Outrage, well, I think only once. But yeah, you know, I just like to talk statues, man. You know, this is a hobby I've been into for a very long time. I'm going on probably a little over a decade. Primarily I'm into the quarter scale. I have a few 1/3 scales, but I'm trying to just keep my focus on quarter scale now and really just go down that horror path, especially because Sideshow's doing such amazing things, especially with, you know, I mean, Man-Bat from the Batman side and all the Universal Monster stuff that they're doing. I mean, that Bride of Frankenstein is incredible. That's my all-time favorite character. I have the old school quarter scale that they did. I have pretty much everything that's ever been made of Bride of Frankenstein, or at least as much that I can, you know, get my hands on, because I mean, to say I have everything would be ridiculous. But yeah, that's kind of my story, and that's it.
That's awesome. Yeah. Are you a scale mixer? Do you do quarter scale, smaller, 1/3 scale? Do you try to mix it, or do you like to try to have one particular scale that you like?
I prefer quarter scale. 1/3, I do have a few. I mean, you know, if it like PCS, you know, they come out with a Candyman 1/3 and it just looks incredible, and there's just no way I can pass it up. So I'm gonna get that, you know. The Heath Ledger Prime 1 Blitzway collaboration, the Joker, I just couldn't not get that, you know. Yeah. And then of course, a little while after, Queen Studios, it was Queen that put up the quarter scale, but I still love that 1/3 one so much. It was like, yeah. So, you know, it kind of depends, but I try to stay around quarter scale, even though I do have probably about a handful or so of 1/3. I mean, the Vampirella Prime 1, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, but I try to stick with quarter scale. 1/6, I stay away from that as much as possible, because I mean, that's a huge rabbit hole, as I'm sure all of us know. A lot of us probably got started in that space with Hot Toys. Yep. Which I have a few, but yeah, I really stay away from all that. Yeah, quarter scale. That's my thing.
And you mentioned the Universal Monsters. Obviously, that was a big deal this week. Obviously, for a horror fan such as yourself. So we saw 3. Who else would you like to see them do? Would you like to see them go deep, or are you pretty much top 5? You know, the big guns.
So Anthony V, I don't know if that's the same Anthony who's running this whole Universal line at Sideshow. I'm pretty sure it is. But I think so. I think that's the same one. So he was on Godlike, and he had mentioned something about Universal, and he said, well, that's my line. That's what I'm doing. And I kind of attacked him a little bit because I got very excited knowing that was coming up. And
Sure.
he asked what I wanted to see, and I pretty much named off all the ones that I wanted to see in order. And it really started with Bride of Frankenstein, which I'm having a dilemma because they have the mixed media and then they have the fully sculpted. So because I can't make up my mind, I'm probably just going to end up buying them both, which is ridiculous, but I'm probably going to do that. I already pre-ordered the mixed media Frankenstein because I don't have a Frankenstein in my collection right now, and that's one of my all-time favorites too. So I'm very happy that they did it. And by the way, can I just say how amazing they've done with these sculpts and the paint and everything they're doing with that line? Those prototypes are incredible, and I'm so upset that I'm not in California right now to go to Celebrity Authentics where they have those all on display, because we typically go out there around this time of year for horror nights, and I didn't this year. At this time, we did it a month early, and I haven't seen any of it. So, anyways, so yeah, Bride of Frankenstein is my number one. Frankenstein was my number two. Creature Black Lagoon was my number three, and so the next one I want to see is Dracula, because right now I have Star Ace Dracula, which is really good, but I want to see what Sideshow can do with Dracula. And then let's go Mummy, Wolfman, Invisible Man, and then those are kind of the main big ones for me.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to see I'm a little worried about Dracula because I know that sometimes Bela Lugosi's likeness is difficult to get. I don't know. I'm hoping it's not a snag. I don't know.
I mean, what I've seen them do with Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein so far, and what they did with Creature, I mean, that thing's incredible. I can't wait for the rest of them to go on pre-order. But yeah, man, they're knocking this one out of the park. I'm so excited as a fan of this. But I will say the Bela Lugosi from Star Ace, it's pretty damn good. It's the mixed media isn't on the level of like a Sideshow, but I love what they did with the base, especially with the tree and the light features. Do you guys know the piece that I'm talking about?
Yeah,
where the trees kind of split. Yeah,
yep.
And lights up blue, and yeah, it's a pretty cool statue. I'm pretty impressed by it.
That's awesome. We were talking the other night on Rogues. We were looking at the pieces, and I thought it would be really neat if they did a black and white version of all of those. Would you be interested if they did that? Also, so, like if you bought a color Frankenstein, would you also buy a black and white one too?
I probably would, to be honest with you. Yeah, I probably would. But and that's actually a question I asked last night on Constructive Outrage, and unfortunately, Crippler was having some problems. So he had to bounce. He wasn't able to kind of take care of the chat or anything. And Anthony was on the show, and I was trying to get some of those questions out to him to ask him, are you doing the silver screen edition of these? So I wasn't able to get an answer on that, but I'm very curious if they're going to go down that route, because they have done it before. And yeah, if they do, I probably will end up with them.
It just seems like it's such a no-brainer. I mean, it's a great variant. They already have the sculpt.
Yeah. Well, so that's going to put me in a pretty bad situation, to be honest, because now we have the sculpted version of Bride, we have the mixed media version, and then are they going to do them both like that too with the silver screen edition? Because if they do, I mean, I could very likely end up with 4 versions of the Bride of Frankenstein.
To me, I would imagine that they would do a fully sculpted black and white. I don't think that they would do cut and sew. Cece, hey Cece, I asked about that for the Creature statue and got a thumbs up from Anthony. So that's a pretty good, I mean, to me, it's just it's a no-brainer. So
I would actually like to know that, because I'm joking about the whole ending up with 4 of them, right? But I do want one sculpted, and I do want one mixed media. So if they are going to go down that route with the silver screen, personally, I'd like to know that a little bit up front, because I can plan what I'm going to do here. Because maybe I'll get the sculpted in black and white, and I'll get the mixed media in the regular color. Maybe I can mix it up that way. So I would like to know.
I wonder if they will. Well, I guess I'll backtrack a little bit. So, like when we talked the other night about that, a lot of us like the media Frankenstein, but we like the sculpted Bride better because it like hugged her body a little bit better. I wonder if we could get the clothing on her a little bit more streamlined. I wonder if there's any wires in it or anything that could help kind of, you know what I'm talking about? I think most people liked the sculpted better on her than the fabric. I think even you kind of mentioned that you would maybe get that version.
I do like that one. What's interesting is that with the mixed media, though, underneath there, she's completely wrapped up. Like she is sculpted, the whole body is sculpted with the wrappings. So you do lose that with the sculpted version, I would imagine. I don't think they're gonna have the cape sculpted separately. So yeah, I don't know. I'm having a dilemma, like I said. I would like to buy both versions. I just want to make sure that whatever version I'm going to buy, I want a colored version, and then I want the silver screen edition for the other one that I'm going to ultimately get.
Yeah.
I don't know. They got to go for pre-order, and then I'll make that decision and be pulling my hair out and probably texting Billy, what do I do, man?
Yeah.
And then he's just going to tell me, just buy them both.
Buy them both.
That sounds like a Billy answer right there. Yeah, buy them both.
Yeah, exactly.
Alan Kiefer says Sideshow did say they are doing the silver screen variant. So it sounds like multiple people that I very much trust that would be in the know would say. So I think that's great. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I know they did it originally in the old days, so it's fun.
Yeah, it is. I love it. I love having those options too. I like that they do things like this. Yeah, even though it pains me because my wallet's sitting there screaming at me, don't buy all four, but yeah, can't have them all.
That's right. And Darth Rashid, do you have any monsters in your collection? Is that something that you're interested at all? Like, would you be interested in these Universal monsters?
Yeah, I didn't know Brian was into the horror like that. So because I called ECC, Elite Creature Collectibles, because what's the name went to their con on Monster Palooza, and they had I was preparing to order it. Something called the Undying. So I called Elite Creature Collectibles, and they called me back, and they said we're not making that. They said that was China exclusive, and they only did 10. So they charging $5,000 for each one.
Wow.
So that's out of the picture.
Yeah, that's nuts.
I do have Freddy Krueger, the ECC Freddy Krueger. I have the Jason.
Is that the bust? Do you have the bust? You have the 1/3.
No, the bust.
Ooh,
the bust from ECC, the life size, and the life size.
That's cool. Because they had the claw up like this, right?
Right. So I was trying to find Robert Englund. He's always in Jersey. I think probably where Billy's at. A horror fest that they have. And I was going to take it to get autographed, but every time I miss him. So somehow I'm gonna try to get Robert Englund to sign it because he just got they just gave him a star in Hollywood just recently.
Today.
They did today.
Right. Yeah, today. Yeah. So, on Halloween. That's pretty fitting.
Right. So I want to have him sign because I have the Dream Warriors. ECC did Dream Warriors, which was to me the best Nightmare on Elm Street. And then I have the Friday the 13th, the final chapter, Jason Voorhees life-size bust with the machete, the ECC. And I'm into horror. I got the Unkillable. I have a whole bunch of, I've been into horror. Creatures, all of that.
Dude, you and I, we should have talked more, man, while I was out there. Can you guys hear my dogs in the background? People are at the door.
No, I can't hear you.
All right, just making sure. So, those ECC collectible ones, those are awesome. I have never seen them in person, but I've seen them on videos, and they made a 1/3 version too of each of those characters. The Jason one I loved. Where you didn't like those?
Yeah. Nah, I like the Sideshow one better because I think they use silicone on those the 1/3
on the 1/3s.
Right, but the Sideshow, the sculpted ones, the Jason Voorhees, the Crystal Lake one, and the Freddy where he has a little toy doll, those are awesome. Those are ones
the old Sideshow one where he's holding it out.
That one is still the best one. But if you see,
I have the other one. Yeah,
but if you see the life size bust that I have, looks just like Robert Englund. Looks just like Robert.
I got to come over to your house sometime, man. But I want to go back to meeting Robert Englund too, if I can, real quick. Because when I was 12, I went to a car show out here, and he just happened to be doing a signing, and there was like 5 people in line. So my dad took me up, and I got to meet him. I got the autograph and everything. And over all the years, I kept it. Always made sure that it was good. And I moved to all these different places, and somehow I ended up losing it. It's somewhere, I just don't know where. And actually, this year I had the opportunity to go meet him again. So about 3 months ago, I was able to meet him.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. So I want to get it signed because there's a plaque that comes with it, and it magnetizes on the base. He's actually sitting on the movie theater, and when you light it up, you remember the guy? Remember when the wizard in the wheelchair in Dream Warrior? You can see it's like a hallway, and you see Freddy underneath it. So I want to take that plaque that says Dream Warriors. I want Robert Englund to sign that. You know,
that's awesome.
But yeah, but horror, I love horror. You know, I'm into the werewolves. That's why Blade, what you call that vampire movie that the vampire movie they had. No, Underworld was good, but the Strange,
the Strain.
Yes, that was probably
the TV show. The Guillermo del
watched
Toro.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. You know, so I watched. Cool. I got all the DVDs on the Strain because I thought it was real gory. You know,
that's cool,
and
man.
Only thing I wasn't a fan of, believe it or not, I love the transformation of Dracula, but I was no fan of Bram Stoker's Dracula, believe it or not.
Really?
The creatures I like. But the story, I kind of was bored from it.
It was like too much of a love story for you?
Yes. Too much of a love story.
That was
but
the vampire like that movie.
But the effects of it, that's why I did love Bram Stoker. But the love story,
all the effects they did. I mean, that was back. What was that, like 92 or something? So
right,
they did that all in camera.
Right. It's if it was if I had saw it back then, because I didn't even see it back then. I saw it years later. If I would have saw it back then, I probably would have liked it more because I am a fan of vampires and Dracula and werewolves. Yeah. Like the other day I was watching The Howling, you know, just to watch it.
Classic.
Right. But I always had this fantasy, believe it or not, of if somebody told you either could become a vampire or a werewolf, which one would you pick?
A vampire.
You know vampire all day long.
I always said a werewolf.
Oh,
really?
Because I could go out in the day or the night, you know. It's just that the funny thing about it is the way they did Underworld, the werewolves was able to control themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Where a regular werewolf movie, the werewolf like Silver Bullet, he couldn't control himself. He knew what he was doing, but and that is a great werewolf movie, Silver Bullet.
Because when I first watched, right? Corey
right. When I first watched that, I was like, I thought the first that was the first werewolf movie I thought that was like that I loved, and The Lost Boys was my first vampire movie.
Yeah, Lost Boys.
I thought The Lost Boys took a step up to being hip as a vampire. Like it made you realize that anybody could be a vampire and live a regular life. They could be party, wild, and be a killer at the same time. You know,
tell you what,
great movie.
Take a double look every time I had Chinese food.
The maggots.
Right?
No, wait a minute. Why has nobody mentioned the greatest horror movie of all time, Monster Squad? Come on, is there any love for Monster Squad? I love that movie when I was a kid.
Hell yeah, man! I got the Bottleneck Gallery print.
That's so great.
I never saw that. I never saw Monster Squad.
Whoa!
Wolfman's got Nars.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Whoa! You've never seen it?
Nope. I've never seen Monster Squad.
I dare you this week. You've got to go watch Monster Squad.
I'll watch it.
The creatures are phenomenal in it.
So good.
They're so creepy. It's like one of those movies that like kids probably shouldn't have watched, but we did in the 80s. You know, it's just one of those kind of movies. Like whenever they're in that old house and they got the brides come, like it's so well filmed. Like it's so
the
good.
Mummy too. The
Mummy is fantastic.
The Mummy, how he walked and everything. Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
Right.
It's basically think of like it's Goonies, but with monsters, basically.
Like Universal monsters, though.
Universal monsters,
like Dracula, Wolfman, the Mummy, like that kind.
You know, was even good, and I thought I would never like, and I didn't read it as a comic book in the beginning, and then I read the book, and then Disney made the animation was the Marvel Zombies. You know what I'm saying? If you watch those, every creature that is funny. Thanos is a zombie. Captain America. And everybody as a zombie has their own personality. It's still the same thing, eat brains and whatever, but they still have their personality as a zombie. So
all right, I'll check that out. They also did like a DC versus vampires, didn't they? I think I have.
Yes, the first series, I thought was great, but then then they did it. Then there was a part 2 of it, but also they did a Deceased. I don't know if you remember that, where the planet was becoming zombies. DC.
Oh yeah.
And there was a virus that from the computer, and it was turning everybody into a zombie. and they were trying to find a cure for it, and everybody was becoming, whether it was Green Lantern, and everybody was coming to become a zombie with their powers and everything else. So,
Cool. So, what do you have? Any of you got the Vampire Lust, the sideshow statue?
Jeff Delaney has that one. I saw it in person. It's really good.
Yeah,
it's really good. I got her right here next to me, man.
I thought about getting
that's
it.
one of the best things sideshow's done,
and it's sizable too. Like it's a lot. She's a lot bigger than you expect.
Is that the one that got a victim on the?
Yeah, she's holding the girl.
She's holding the girl. Yeah. But she's also floating, so you have like all this blood and bats and stuff underneath her. So she's tall, like probably about a good, I don't know, 24 inches tall, maybe.
Yeah, that was what I was so surprised is because I knew she would be, sizable, but then whenever I actually saw her, I'm like, whoa, this is way bigger than I thought.
Way more imposing.
Is it sold out yet, or is it still available?
Sold out. I think it's all sold out. My buddy Noah over on Godlike, he was able to find one through some online retailer. Fortunately, his came broke. It had the crack in it. So he's trying to get that fixed. But yeah, he only found one available somewhere. Kind of lucked out. It's a great statue, man.
Are you looking for one, Rashid? Like, do you want us to be on the lookout for you?
Nah, I mean, I like it, but I don't. You know what it is? I'm a type of person. I just collect art. So if I may grab one. If it's because I don't know the ES, but I like vampires like that because it remind me of like that vampire Interview with a Vampire.
Oh yeah.
See, that's another one I was going to mention.
Great movie.
One. That's a great movie, man. When you talk about Lost, man. When you talk about Lost Boys, and like the joy of being a vampire and everything, like I don't know, I was maybe the right age because that came out in like 94, so I was in high school. And I remember leaving that movie like I just want to be a vampire now. That's it. I just want to be a vampire.
Yeah.
How about you, Billy? You've been a little quiet. Where are you at with the whole horror genre? And we're going to talk about our favorites here in a second. But do you have some that
Billy's like, well, you guys won't
about?
Billy's like, you guys won't shut up about this.
No. It's like this is how I learned. I love it, but I just if I had room, I've been going back and forth with the Michael Myers bust all week. It's something that if I had room, and I had like more of a movie room, I'd have Terminators, I have horror stuff. So I but with the space I have, it's just for statues, it's just Marvel and DC. I do have a little 1/6 Michael Myers, and that's about it. So he's in the game room, but he looks like a bobblehead, and he's got he's got the big hair and the big head. But that's it. But as far as like I watch from afar. But movies, I'm all in it. So I think that's
well, since you said you said movies, like let's segue into that. We talked a little bit. Our topic is going to be kind of like our favorite movies this time of year, our favorite horror movies or scary movies. So we're going to do our top two just to save some time because I wanted to do about an hour show tonight, and then maybe like what movies are scariest that we feel like is the one that scares us the most, even today. Maybe that and obviously there's going to be ones that we like that don't make the list. Like I instantly think of I love Rocky Horror Picture Show. Like that's one that I always watch around this time of year. It's so weird, but I love the music and I love Tim Curry because he was creepy in everything he did. Especially like I love Clue and like those type of movies. But I always think about those type of things. Like whenever I was younger, we would watch those all the time. And but anyway, let's go around let's do our number two. Like, what's your number two favorite go-to Halloween movie? And we'll start with Brian. We'll go around. Number two, and then we'll count to number one.
My number two. I'll probably go The Shining.
Ooh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
My list keeps changing.
I know it's hard.
See, that's the thing. My number one and number two are pretty much interchangeable. So, but I'll put The Shining out there because that movie, when I was a kid, scared the crap out of me. I'd be walking down a hallway, all I would see is those two twins at the end of the hallway, or I'd go into like the bathroom, and we had the bathtub in the back of the room, and I'd just wait for like the old woman to pull the shower curtain to the side. Yeah, Yeah, that movie used to scare the hell out of me, but I love it. It's just so well done.
That slow pan in that bathtub scene, like it's just that you enter that room and it's just so it's so creepy.
It's so scary, man. So scary. Yeah, and it's still one of those movies. I mean, look, there's so much mystery and so much discussion around that movie too. I mean, they have full-on documentaries that they've made about the movie, and you watch the little details, and you're like, well, it was Stanley Kubrick. I mean, this had to have been intentional, And you just hear all this. Yeah, it's just there's so much mystery around it. I love it.
Well, I'm gonna go out of order just for a second because your number 2 is my number 2, and I've always loved The Shining. It's always been so creepy. The music, of course, Jack Nicholson. I mean, just so over the top and scary. Especially like the stuff like where they were like literally terrorize Shelley, on the set, and like she actually her hair was falling out.
She was losing her hair, yeah.
For real. Like she was so stressed out by the filming process. And so I've always thought that's really neat. I had a chance to visit the Shining Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado, which is actually where he wrote the story or was inspired by the story.
Stanley, right?
What did I say? Did I say? Maybe I said the wrong name, or maybe I just said Estes Park. But yeah, it's the Stanley.
Is it still a hotel? Is it real? Is it
so it's a real hotel. It's kind of similar to like what you would actually. Did you ever watch the TV miniseries?
No.
It had the guy from Wings in it. It was actually more true to the book. They actually filmed it there. So like that actually was where they filmed it. And then you can actually go to this day and they have like some of the set pieces there on display. So you can actually see some of the miniatures and stuff because they did film the miniseries there. But that's the reason why they filmed it there is because that's where he was inspired and wrote it. And then, of course, the real place is inspired by, I think, a hotel in California or Canada or somewhere up there. I think
it's over by Yosemite. It's called like the Awani or something.
Yeah.
Where they did all the design after. Yeah, I really want to go there.
Me too. I would love to visit just to be in that space because it's it's the same.
It's like walking in the movie. Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah. So anyway, that's my number 2 also for all the same reasons you said. So sorry to interrupt, but we'll go back to Billy now. What's your number 2, Billy?
My number 2 is Halloween 1, Michael Myers. It's I think one of the things that scared the crap out of me the most about it was that it was so simple. It's like he's standing behind the sheet, or she's looking out the window when she's at school and he's out there, it was just like little things like that, no crazy special effects. And, he's just a crazy psychotic guy from birth, like he's just, and we talked about this the other day. Don't know how you knew how to drive a car when he's been in a crazy house since he was 6 years old or 7 years old. But, but I think the music, obviously, that little tune is iconic. And it was just so well done as far as just the storytelling was so simple, which makes it that much more scary, So, yeah, I'm going to go. As you get older, he's not as scary, but it's, you know where the jump scares are, but the fact that, I don't know, I guess maybe in reality it actually could happen. He wasn't anything special. Like, Jason drowned and came back or whatever, if you're under the water that long, you're going to drown, you're dead, but
at least be a little soggy.
Yeah, you'd be a little soggy. I guess Mike can escape from a mental institution and then start wreaking havoc on a small town, right? So
and he's dressed on Halloween, so he fits in with
fits right in.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I remember watching it, and when they trip up the kid and he falls on the pumpkin at school, is kind of getting bullied, and they run and he bumps into Michael Myers. I'm like, and he just looked. I was like, you don't know how close you came to death, dude. That he just let you go, But so that was also scared, like where he picks and chooses, who he's gonna knock off. So I just love the way that movie was shot. When he's chasing Laurie, and he never really he doesn't run, but he doesn't really walk fast.
It's methodical. It's that slow, methodical.
And when I think my scariest part was when she runs across the street and she's yelling, and the kid's in bed, and she's like, "Open the door, open the door."
That's
And
right.
you see the
And
light
you just
turn
keep on seeing him
He's
get
like,
closer and closer.
He's like, "Who is it?" You know, and then she's like, "Open the door." She's throwing a flower pot at the freaking window, and it's like she's gonna get caught. She's gonna get caught. And then he finally opens the door. She runs in. He closes the door. She tells him to go call the police or something, and she looks, and then the window's open, and it's like, "Oh, dude, he's in the house," and that always messed me up.
Yeah, you're screwed. Well, and the thing about that movie too was that I think that was the first time that, you know, you think that she killed him and she's, you know, at the doorway and she's kind of trying to collect herself and everything. And you see him just sit straight up, right? I think that was kind of the first time you saw that. And I think there's videos on YouTube where you can watch actual reactions of people in the theater back in the day watching that, and they're all getting freaked out. Of course, that's what they say. Who knows if that's real or not? But you know, it's still fun to kind of put yourself in that situation where you're watching that for the first time in a theater, and the whole crowd is like, "Oh God, you know, he's not dead."
I want to interrupt you. Wildstar71 says The Exorcist from '73 scared the life out of me and can never watch it again. Oh, I'm sorry, I hit the wrong one here. No. This old geek said, I saw the original Exorcist in 1974. There were barf bags on the chair backs and people used them. Women fainted and many men left the theater. That always struck me more as evil than horror. And he was there. You know, that's cool.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
I never watched that movie. I refuse to watch that movie.
It's scary.
I couldn't imagine seeing that in the theater when it first came out. Like, I mean, there's no social media. There's nothing, right? You just walk into this movie not knowing what you're about to experience. There's never been anything like that before it.
Yeah.
And just,
it would be crazy. Crazy. Yeah. All right, Darth Rashid, you're number 2.
How are we going though? We going number 2 and 3?
No, we're going to go
second favorite is number 2.
Yeah, so the second favorite, and then we're going to go number 1 favorite.
Oh wow.
Top 2.
Top 2. I will have to say, to this day, I'm scared to go to the water's Jaws.
Ooh, good one.
I will not go if I can't see if I can't see the water. I will not get. You know, it was because of Jaws. To this day, I do not want to go in the water. I fear the great white sharks.
I'm even like that with swimming pools.
Right, yeah, if I can't see.
I'm in a swimming pool in Colorado. There's probably not going to be a great white shark in there, but I remember as a kid, like I did not want to go in that water. I didn't want to go in that pool.
That movie screwed us all up, man.
For some reason, Jaws. And I remember I was in a movie theater going to see. I was with a school trip, and we were going to see Star Wars. And the Jaws. Back in the days, they didn't have those effects like how they got in the movie theater. So they had the cardboard hanging from the ceiling, the little small one, and the movie theater was real small. There was no assigned seats you can't go online because there was no internet at the time, so everybody just had to grab a seat. But yeah, when I finally saw Jaws, to this day I will not go to the water. I fear when I go to the beach, I will not go past my ankles. I will not.
Oh boy.
I won't get on board at all.
You're hardcore then. I mean, this deeply scarred you, my friend. Yeah.
How is that not your number 1, man? although we're talking favorites, we're not talking scariest, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
but
favorite. Yeah.
I feel like any movie that can affect you like that did its job. Just like if you see a messed up movie that's supposed to, when I walk out of any movie and it made me think about things or made me feel like, wow, that's messed up, then I feel like the director did their job. So
for sure,
absolutely. My number 1 was already mentioned, and it was Halloween. The original Halloween is still my favorite. Just the visuals, the creepiness, the slow paced. It's just so simple, but it's just like, that closet scene. That's always like the big one for me. Like it just so good. And it's funny now because whenever I was in my, late teens, early 20s, that's all my friends and I did. We watched horror movies every Friday night, and we would rent as many bad ones as we could and just made fun of them and just, the filmography of it. But Halloween always stuck with me watching with those guys. And it's just, we all loved that film. We talked about that film so much. I don't watch horror today. My wife hates horror, so we just never watch it. But I still sneak it in with like Wednesday or like Stranger Things and try to kind of creep her in because she watches some of that with me. So I still get my little bit of my horror fix, but like I haven't watched really any modern horror, but I stick to the 80s and the 70s stuff, even the 60s and the 50s. And that's kind of my area of horror that I really still love.
Have you watched Dahmer on Netflix?
No, I haven't. Everybody said I need to watch that one.
That guy did a excellent job. I remember one day I was downstairs and I was watching it, and every because I think it's about 12 episodes, and it made me look around. That guy, and I always felt like if anybody asked me, do I want a Coke? I
don't. Yeah, I'm not really drinking anything that I didn't see opened.
That's right.
Yeah, no.
But with Halloween, did they get permission from Will Shatner, or they didn't need his permission?
No, they didn't. Absolutely not. They literally went to the store, grabbed it off the shelf. It was like a $10 rubber mask. Yeah. Awful.
But they grabbed two. Well, they grabbed two. They grabbed a clown mask, and then they grabbed a William Shatner. They opened up the eyes a little bit, painted it white, and messed with the hair a bit.
I think they added a little something.
Yeah. They got rid of the sideburns, and they kind of messed with the line a little bit.
Yeah, no permission.
Yeah.
He didn't have any problem. So he didn't have a problem with it, though, right?
I don't know. I don't know if I've really ever heard his side of the story. I'm sure somebody's asked him about it before, but I don't know if I've ever seen. Maybe Brian, you would know.
I've seen videos, and I can't remember exactly what he said. I think he just made a joke about like putting the mask on or something at Halloween, and then taking it off, and it's it's really neat, like that, like that kind of thing. There's videos on YouTube. You can find him talking about it, but but I don't think he found out until like way later.
Yeah, I didn't know it was him for the longest time. I just thought it was a scary mask, and then you realize, oh my God, it actually is Shatner. I mean, when you see it, you can't unsee it. But and then of course the mask changed over the years. I think what was it, part 3? It really changed like a ton. What? Oh
my God! Part 3 he wasn't in it. That was the season of the Witch.
4? Was it?
Part 4 was when it started changing drastically. So it's actually the same mask in part 1 and part 2. Just Dick Warlock, who played Michael Myers in part 2, his face was just different, so it kind of stretched out the mask a little bit, so it looked different. Then they started changing up what it looked like in part 4, but I think it's only because they couldn't figure out how to recreate it.
Which is crazy.
And then and nobody's been able to recreate it since. I think the only person that got close was in the 2018 ones that they did, where
that was good.
Chris Nelson was doing the special effects, and he did a really good job on that mask. That's my second favorite mask, is the one from 2018.
It's good. I did see that one. Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of modern horror, but I have seen a couple of the remakes, and that one was good.
It's really good. There's a company out there called NAG, or maybe it's a guy. That's about the closest you're going to get to a replica mask, and they're very expensive. And those are the people responsible for the sculpt in the PCS bust. So that's why it looks so good.
That's cool. That's awesome. Well, what's your number 1?
I mean, you nailed it. It's Halloween. Yeah. So I got the same list as you, Chris, and Billy. So I'm interested to hear what your number 1 is, because if your number 2 is Halloween, but that's like, it's like a comfort movie for me. It's so well done. I mean, the music, the performances, the atmosphere, even though it's supposed to be in Chicago, and you can see little palm trees in the background.
There's pretty bad some of the shots.
I mean, there's green leaves on all the trees, but there's like brown, dead leaves falling down in the street. It's pretty funny. And there's actually one little scene in it too, where when Michael's at the side of that like shrub, and he steps back, and they come around to go see him. Yeah, it's such a great scene. But when they go around the side to see him, there's one little shot where you can see a little bit of smoke go by the camera. It's because John Carpenter's sitting there smoking a cigarette while he's filming it. You can catch it for like just a second. And there's all these little fun little details in it, and it's by no means a perfect production, but it's great. It's those little details that you find that are just, it's so good. Yeah, man. It's just, there was nothing like it. That was the movie when I was like, I don't know, grade school, 5th or 6th grade or something. And we were watching all those movies back in the day. I mean, we were watching like The Exorcist when we were way too young to watch it. The Shining when we were way too young, because that's what messed me up, looking down the hallway and not wanting to walk.
Yep.
But Halloween was always this movie that was kind of looming over all of us. Like, this is the scariest movie you're ever going to see. And,
did you get that pumpkin from PCS? Did you get that pumpkin?
I did. Yeah, I'm waiting for it. I mean, I pre-ordered it a year and a half ago. I'm waiting still.
I jumped on the wait list for it. So hopefully
I'll
get one soon.
I hope you guys get it. That's me again. How iconic is that? It's just fantastic.
It is. Yeah. So, but yeah, that was a movie that was always kind of looming, and we finally watched it, and we were all freaked out. We're like, we had to stop it halfway through and everything. It's all the little details. But like Billy said, I mean, it's the simplicity around it. But that was kind of the start of everything. I mean, that movie was in 1978. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
So, yeah, that's the one.
All right, Billy, what's your number 1?
Number one is probably because I was a little older and I would hang out with my friends and we all would watch it. So I was born in 1978, so I saw Halloween way later on.
Yeah.
But I guess for the time and my buddies all kind of getting together, it was the Lost Boys. And
Nice.
they're a clique of friends too, and by then I was already kind of into comic books. So the whole thing where Corey Haim is a comic book collector and he goes to the comic shop and he meets the other two guys who are like, the town vampire hunters and stuff, and I just remember, you think that Keith Sutherland's the head vampire, and then you find out later on that it's the dude that the mom was dating.
Oh, dude, spoilers.
Well, listen, if you haven't seen it by now, I mean,
I know, a movie from 1987.
Yeah, exactly. So I remember when, because, and it's funny when you're watching it for the first time, you don't pick up on, he says he's not going to come into the house until he's invited. I'm just like, what in the world? And then when he turns around and he's all vamped out, I can remember the like we all went, oh my god, it was crazy. And then
great reveal, great soundtrack too, man.
Great soundtrack, and I remember the
freaking 80s, best decade of all time, right? I mean, just without
so
question.
good. Oh, so good.
It's like I just killed Eddie Munster, the little kid running around.
Yeah,
but it was it's just a fun movie to watch. And then I kind of, when I think about it, I think about my friends from back then, and we'd all get together, and it was just probably like we watched, like we wore that thing out. So yeah,
it's awesome, man.
Yeah,
love it.
Real quick before we get to Darth Rashid's number one, I just want to put out some news. So in our Rogues Gallery private chat, there was some discussion about there's a photo going around of the the Frankenstein that Sideshow did last year. I can't think of the name. What's like where he's kind of like down. It was like 5th scale.
Oh, the monster.
I can't think of, it had a name. I can't remember what the name of it was. But anyway, that Frankenstein, there's a picture going around tonight where they're showing it being upscaled to quarter scale.
Oh,
and
it's gotta be huge.
Yeah, it'd be huge. But they did say that they actually asked Daniel Bell himself, and he said that is a scam. Yeah. So if you see that and there's an order link or something, it is a scam link. So do not click it. Just a little breaking news there. I just don't want to I don't want anybody to lose their money. So anyway, just wanted to put that out there. Okay, Darth Rashid, what is your number one? And then we'll go into real quick. We'll go and talk about our scariest movie. But this is your number one favorite Halloween horror movie.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Interesting.
That Jessica Biel, right? Jessica Biel,
yeah.
Oh yeah. White T-shirt, Jessica Biel. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Anytime
you
can look from a distance at that house and hear the music. I mean, just like when you get the DVD, the way it has it goes, and yeah, that's the way. It was just everything about that movie was crazy. Everybody was just crazy, psycho, and when he came upstairs and he opened up that door, and the guy was like, "Come on, boy, get it." Yeah. And the old man said, "You're dead, and you don't even know it." And then
you saw the original, right?
Yeah, I saw the original. The original was kind of creepy too. The original was creepy because it was like 70s, and it was in the Texas like bubble wherever. And
so just to not, because I want to ask you guys, actually, wasn't there like a Netflix one that was
yes,
and it was like the girl from the first one, and she was the girl that got away or something like that?
Oh, I didn't see that one.
That's what they tried to do. Yeah, it came out in 2021 or 22.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
That was like her cousin or something. She found that was her cousin or something like that. They were family.
I had a hard time getting through that one, to be honest. I can't really remember, but she was supposed to be from the original.
I just remember she escapes. So the last girl that got away, she escaped in a Tesla. Almost like
what? Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. That original movie would be on my list for top of scary though, because that movie I feel like I got to take a shower after I watch it every time. Just that original, it's so grimy and filthy.
Well, that I'll just go into my top, my scariest movie, and I'm gonna have a complete cop out because for me it's a 3-way tie. So I can't pick one because they're all the scariest for me. Number one was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. Again, just like Rashid said, just say yes. Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. My son Locke wants to come in and say hi real quick.
Yes.
We're talking horror movies. Yep.
We did a quiz on that today.
All right. So
Nice.
anyway, are you done with eating your candy?
Mm-mm.
All right.
So-
All right.
Halloween.
Good to see
It can't be done.
Okay. All right. So anyway, for me, my top 3 scariest movies, or it was my tie, was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. Again, just so 70s creepily filmed, just terrifying. Number 2 would be The Exorcist, and then number 3, Jaws. So like I always group those 3 as the ones that I always think about from like more of my childhood that just terrified me. Like it was just creepy, and I always felt like I really shouldn't be watching this type of thing. And even today, I'm like, this still creeps me out. But those are mine. How about you, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely from the same era. Because The Exorcist for me is always going to be number 1. It didn't scare me as a kid when I watched it when I was like 8 years old, but I think I was just too young to really get it, you know. But as I got older, I watched it again. Yeah, that would be number 1 for me. I mean, look, if I was going to do a tie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre always creeped me out, you're gonna laugh at me, but The Dark Crystal scares.
Oh, that was scary. It was.
Movie scares the hell out of me.
I can't believe that was a kids movie, and I do remember that. It was terrifying.
That movie messed me up, man. I still can't watch it. Those sketches.
Is that the puppets? Is that the puppets?
The puppets.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna rethink this. That's gonna probably be my number 1 because I can't watch that movie. It scares the hell out of me. But I can.
How about The Wolf and Never Ending Story? In the cave.
That's good.
Remember that was scary too.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Again, we're dating ourselves a little bit. I'm a 76 baby, so these are all my.
I'm 77.
All right, so we're close. Yeah, we're close.
Yeah, close.
How about you, Billy? Scariest movie that made you pee your pants?
I mean, we're all going back because we're all, kind of around the same age, and we're all going back to the stuff in the 80s. We're not giving enough love to the newer stuff because I'm not saying that this is my top, but like The Conjuring, the first one is absolutely insane. And same thing with Insidious. If you've ever seen that will mess you up.
It's a good movie, man. Can I add one more to the new ones while you're at it? Not to interrupt you, sorry, Billy.
No,
but Sinister was great.
Sinister was insane. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. So I mean, I'm show love to what was that? Yeah.
No, I have that quarter scale statue from Sideshow of Darkness or Darkness.
So, but on a side note, as a kid, something that actually did scare me. It's not a movie, but it did kind of mess me up because I was a youngin', and was the Thriller video from Michael Jackson. Not the dancing part, but when he turns into a werewolf.
Yeah, it's scary.
I remember.
Yeah, that
at the very end when he looks over his shoulder.
Yeah. So
and the eyes.
No, wait.
The eyes.
I'm sorry. That's when he wings. The beginning was when he turned into the werewolf. That's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But he does turn, and his eyes are still the wolf eyes when he turns around. That's what's that was.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't watch it too much, but it did kind of mess me up, and I guess being a Catholic, it was the religious implications too. So it's The Exorcist, and for a number, it was definitely the religious thing, growing up, priest and going to church and all that kind of stuff, and then finding out that some believe that this could happen to you, and
good one.
That it was something that priests that the Catholic Church did, but they kind of keep it under wraps. So I just remember kind of wanting to go to church and ask the priest, hey, have you ever done one of these? Have you ever heard about it? But and the fact that it was a little kid, like was supposed to be a 12-year-old girl, who was going through all this, and then years later they released the one with the unseen footage where she does like the crab walk down the stairs. And the crucifix, which as a Catholic is very you know, it means a lot to us. You know what I'm saying? And the way she desecrated it, you know, and in the updated one where they put in the, you know, the unseen stuff, she's really going at it from like a different angle. And, you know, and to hear this little girl saying what she was saying, I mean, it really wasn't, that was really what it was, the vulgarity that she was, you know, just kind of going ham on. And, you know, the way she started looking. And again, all this happened because it was a kid. It really impacted me a lot. So while I don't watch it all the time, when I saw it for the first time, it really, really messed me up to the point where like the door was staying open, you know, lights were staying on, and Pet Sematary is a good one. But yeah, for me, number one, Scariest by far, the original Exorcist. Yeah. And there's been other ones since then, you know, all the other kid got possessed and all this other kind of stuff. But that till this day, I'm scarred. And then when they did, like I said, one with the unseen footage and put that into the movie, I watched that updated version of it. I don't know, it might have been in the early 2000s, or I'm not 100% sure.
I think it was 2000 or 2001.
Yeah. It messed me up all over again, man.
That movie, man. I mean, you keep on hearing they come up with these new movies and they keep on saying scarier than The Exorcist and all this stuff. It's like it's never going to be scarier.
It's never going to be scarier.
That is the scariest movie ever made. And I don't know if it holds up today with any new kids, you know, going in and seeing that for the first time. I don't know, but definitely for us, it's
I mean, my kids have never seen it, and when I was, you know, I got a 14-year-old and an 11-year-old, and I had seen it by the time I was 10. So,
me too.
Yeah, because I saw it in about 87, 88, so I was like 10 years old, and so they haven't seen it. I don't plan on showing it to them, but
my wife, that's the one movie that my wife does not want my kid to see. And, you know, she's 15 now, and she said, you know, she keeps on wanting to see it and all this stuff. And my wife's like, no, you got to be a little bit older for that one.
So she knows about it. Like, it's not even on my kid's radar. They don't know who Reagan is. They don't know anything.
That movie that movie really messed up my wife. Like, if we're watching some documentary and they just show a flash of Linda Blair's face from that movie, she's like, oh, God. And she like looks away, you know, like it messed her up.
I think it's one of those things where, like, a lot of our list, it's things that could really happen. You know, like the shark movie, you could really be eaten by a shark. And The Exorcist, I mean, that's a real those are real thing. There are exorcisms, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre based on a true story. You know, it's like those are the ones that are the creepiest because they are the realest. You know, and it's like, I think people gravitate toward those stories more than anything. I mean, obviously, there could be a Michael Myers out in the backyard right now. I mean, there could be Freddy, maybe not so much, but like, you know, it's like those stories we think of, okay, well, this could really happen, which is scary. But anyway, what do you think, Darth Rashid? What is your scariest? What freaks you out?
Shrek.
Don't get.
I mean, more than Jaws that has made you never go into the ocean.
I was going to say, I'm anxious to hear this pick.
You messed up with that.
You know, like I said, I think it was Jaws number one. It would have been Jaws number one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and my third one would have been
this is the Scariest.
This is your scary. Yeah, Scariest.
This is like
scariest.
Not your favorite necessarily, but this is what you think is the scariest.
I think it's gonna be Jaws.
Yeah, it's still Jaws because the way that girl screamed in the water in the beginning, like, you know, her screams was crazy. You know, you just see her legs kicking. First, I'm saying to myself, why the hell would you get in the water at nighttime like that? You know, and she's kicking, and you just see the camera moving up to her, and then the way she went down and jerked, and she started shaking, like, oh,
she was on a rope.
The sound of the buoy.
Yeah.
Like, and when she tried to grab, and then her body being pushed around in the water, you know, that was just like the screams is crazy. So I don't know that. And then when you finally see the shark, and like that was what was underneath her, you know, like I said, I will not get in no water. I will, if it, you know, I'll walk my ankles, but I will not get in no ocean, no water, nothing. I will not do it.
You know, we had a new nickname for Billy tonight. We got Billy the Bulldog Rios, but now we got a new nickname for you. We got Ankles Deep Rashid. That's gonna be your name. Ankles Deep is that's gonna be your new nickname. So, well, that's a great pick. I mean, there's no arguing that all of these, and thank you to the chat because you listed so many that we didn't talk about that are all worth mentioning. I think of like Pet Cemetery. Somebody mentioned that just a minute ago. Like that was really creepy to me. I remember.
It's a good one, man.
So
Zelda,
it's a good one.
Zelda. Ugh.
Yeah.
The ant in the room. Ugh.
Man,
I just thought that
London.
The guy that would played Herman Munster was in that, and
Fred Gwynn.
Yeah, Fred Gwynn, and I thought he was really creepy in that. And
that was
him
being him.
That
was the cutting, behind your ankle there. Oh yeah, that's where that started, huh?
Yeah. Jeff Morris is mentioning Aliens. I think Aliens is really good. I mean, that's again the sci-fi. We didn't mention a ton of sci-fi, but it definitely. I don't always think of sci-fi as horror, but it really is in a lot of. I mean, I think of Aliens.
Oh, they made it like you can't scream in space.
It's its own thing,
Yeah, it's his own thing. I never looked at Alien as horror, even though it is, but it's just like you said, it's his own thing. So.
I mean, because you could even put Terminator up there, but that's more sci-fi. But for me, I mean, that is one of my all-time favorite movies. But I wouldn't lump it into horror specifically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I wanted to do about an hour. We went a little over, but I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out on Halloween. This was really fun to talk about all this this fun, nerdy, geeky stuff, and just talk about the movies and the things that we love. Hopefully it was a little bit lighter tonight than it was the other night. I really appreciate everybody going along with it. And Brian, it's great to have you on. Darth Rashid, it's great to have you on. Billy, it's great to see you again, my friend. And we definitely need to have you guys on more often. Great conversation. And come on anytime you want.
Hey, thanks for having me. Sorry if you can hear the dogs in the background. There's people starting to show up. So it's Halloween time.
No, we didn't. I don't want to keep you too long because I know your night's just getting started.
My night's just getting started. Yep.
That's right. Well, thanks again, everybody, for coming on. Billy, anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
No, just in regards to Wednesday night, just, thank everybody for sticking with us and viewing that. And, I think at one point we had over 400 people watching. So that was absolutely tremendous. So thanks for everybody who tuned in and participated in the conversation. It wasn't a comfortable one, but thank you.
And I just want to personally thank everybody that I had, probably 100 people since Wednesday reach out to me and talk about the show and offer support. I probably had 10 YouTubers do the same. And so just really want to thank, the community behind the scenes for all the love and support. I know it was a difficult show. And again, I want to thank Billy and Eric and Jeff, especially for, helping during that show. It was difficult, but again, there's way more love and support than some of the negativity out there. And so can't thank you guys enough in the community. And happy Halloween, guys. Have a great night. Be safe. And I'm going to eat my Reese's peanut butter cup for my son. So anyway, enjoy it, guys. And again, Darth Rashid, thanks for coming on, my friend.
No doubt.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.